Hi everyone, in this lesson we are going to learn different string problems in Python and how to deal with all these problems. Now let's see what is like. We have already learned about the string and integers. If you don't know, just look in the description of that video. You will find all previous 6 lessons and you are going to learn different Python functionality. But right now in this lesson we are going to learn problems with strings. For example, I will make a very simple string and I will say that my text, which is equal to, like, we are going to say hello Python learner. Okay, now what we are going to print? We are going to print my text and you will see that hello Python learners. But you are going to see that we have like single quotation mark as well. If you are going to print that one, then you will get completely pure text, which is like hello Python learners or learner. Okay, now there is a problem when you are going to use quotation marks in your text. Then the Python will confuse that either you are going to print that quotation mark or it is a part of program. Now for example, I will say you example 1 and which is equal to, okay, I will write like I like for example quotation mark and Python. Okay, once again Python, and we have book. Now when I'm going to print or I'm going to compile or I'm going to run that program, then you will see that we have invalid syntax and I like Python book. We are using quotation mark. It is single quotation mark, and we are using 2 times. One, I want to print that one in the output of that program, and one is like we are saying Python 2, it is a part of program. Now Python is confusing in this example that either I'm going to take that quotation mark to the as a string or that quotation mark as a string. Therefore, what you are going to do to overcome that problem, you are going to use, for example, double quotation mark, and I'm going to use double quotation mark in the end of that string, and you have like I like Python is like in quotation mark in the output, then book. What we are going to do, we are going to print example 1. Okay, now when we are going to run that one, then we should also run that program and again that program, and I like Python book. Now see, in this example Python is understanding that we are including double quotation mark as a program and single quotation mark as a string, and it will not make a Python to confuse anymore. If you are using like double quotation mark for the Python, then what you are going to do, you are going to remove single quotation mark. For example, you are going to do like single quotation mark and double quotation mark for the book. Okay, now when I'm going to print, you will see that we have already get Python, which is in double quotation mark. Now more complex situation will come while you are dealing with the string. For example, I'm going to give you direct speech text, which you are going to use most of the time, and for that one, if I'm going to use double quotation mark and I will say that he said and comma, we are going to use like double quotation. He said you should not learn Python. Okay, and if I'm going to use, for example, in this example you can see that I want to print all these string where we have also double quotation mark and we have also single quotation mark. Now what we are going to do, if I'm going to run that program, you will see that we have right now invalid syntax again. Now again Python is going to confuse that. What I'm going to do, we have also double quotation mark and single quotation mark. we have two methods here. I'm going to show you. First method, you are going to use triple quotation mark. For example, double quotation mark and triple quotation mark. I'm going to use like triple quotation mark. Okay, then at the end you are also going to use like triple quotation mark. Now when you are going to run that program, then you will not get any error, because in triple quotation mark you have now you are saying that whatsoever quotation marks like single quotation mark and double quotation mark, and at the same time which is coming in direct text, the Python will just ignore that as a program and include in the string in the Python language. Now when I'm going to run that program, for example print, I'm going to print that program, print direct text, and you will get like he said you should not learn Python. Okay, now we have one another option and one another example as well, where you are going to just find out and see that where you are going to use like that the Python program should not read quotation mark as a program. Then you are going to use one more example. Okay, I will say slash text. Okay, now what we are going to do, for example I'm using single quotation mark and I'm saying again that I like football. Okay, now if I'm going to use football in quotation mark, either it is single quotation mark or double quotation mark. For example I'm going to use double quotation mark here first. Okay, but before double quotation mark, what you are going to use, you are going to use double like we have backslash. Okay, now if you are going to use double quotation mark in the end as well, then before quotation mark you are going to use backslash and double quotation mark. Now when I'm going to run that one and print slash underscore text, and you will get like I like football. Okay, now we are saying Python that whenever I'm going to use slash or backslash, and afterward when you are going to get like you have quotation mark, then the Python should not read quotation mark as a program, but instead of that one it should include that one in the string, and you will get the result like this one. Now one more example is here. For example, if you are going to use multiple lines for in the Python, how you are going to use that, I will say multi-line. Okay, then we are going to say that hello sir, then I will just enter here. Okay, now how are you, and in last line best regard, and for example Jamshed Raza. Now when I'm going to print that one, again you are like seeing that EOL while scanning a string, literal. Okay, now what you are going to do, if you are going to use multiple line, then you have two options here. I'm going to just make it like triple quotation mark as we have done before for the direct text, and here I will also use triple quotation mark, and we are going to print. Okay, now I'm going to just I'm going to run that program. Now print, and we have multi underscore line, and you are going to see that whenever you are going to like enter here, the Python will now read that we are going to use next line, like hello sir in one line, second line, third line, and fourth line. You are not going to use like first one quotation or double quotation mark and you are going to enter, and you may think that you will get like in second line the string. One more example is here. You can also do that. For example, I will say that multi line 2, then we are going to say that we are going to just make one string with one single quotation mark, and I say that hello, or first line. Then if you are going to use second line, then backslash and n, it means you are going to just go to new line and you are going to say that second line, and so far you are going to also make third line. And when I'm going to print multi-line 2, print multi underscore line 2, and you will get like first line, second line, and third line. These are all example of Python strings where you are going to have different problems, like we already discussed each and every one. And if you don't want Python to run a specific program, for example, I'm going to say print hello world, and it will just going to print and give the output hello world. And if you don't want to run that and make that as an example, you are going to use like number sign, and you are going to print that one. Now you can see that it has been graded, and it means that Python is not going to read that program anymore, and we are going to use most of the time number sign for commenting the program, or we are going to use a specific terminology for the program where we should remember. For example, I will say that for addition we are going to use plus. And now when I'm going to print any or run the program, I will say that for example, and then I'm going to enter that example as a program. Okay, for example, x is equal to 5 or 4 plus 5, and when I'm going to print x, then you will see that only we will get that program which has been executed and run by the Python, and all these 2 lines has been just ignored by the Python because we have commented that 2 lines. I hope you learned each and everything from the string, that how you are going to use the string, and how you are beautifully apply and overcome all those problems. If you have any question, just comment that below and ask from me anytime. I will just give you the answer of that problem. And for now, give me permission to say goodbye.